Hey, what is up, y'all? I'm here with two of the best dating photographers and videographers in the DFW. We got Jay and Inara. What's up, guys?
What's going on? Hey,
Hey guys.
So, y'all, Jay and Inara have their own business. What is this business called?
the business is called Parallel 8.
Parallel 8. What is Parallel 8?
Great question. So Parallel 8 is something that it's a concept, it's an idea, it's a name that kind of encapsulates what we do together. Like when we shoot guys or we shoot any kind of like dating photography, we shoot it from like the male and the female perspective, like kind of blending both those points together. So we're both approaching it the same way. And obviously,
The ideas
then
are
yeah, the
parallel
idea
to
is another thing
each
entirely,
other.
but that is the concept behind the name.
So, how did you come up with the name?
Another great question. So the way we came with the name was we actually were struggling to come up with a name for a while to kind of get like a really good name together. But I was on my way back from Colombia one day, and I was like, I think I have it. And I was like, Parallel 8. Now after like a month of like having no success, we had some success, and she liked it, which was surprising. But whenever like we both agreed on it, it was just like, okay, bet that's what it is. And I immediately was just like, yeah, because you could write like the 8 and put like a break in the middle and then the 8 and then they're parallel, and that could be like our logo.
Yeah,
And
the
then
logo
it just completely launched
fit.
off from there. So it was like organic,
I know
not
usually,
ChatGPT.
that happens to me sometimes too when I'm
That's
trying to
it.
think of something too hard, and then I was like, I can't figure it out, and then next thing you know, it just like comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is y'all's target audience?
Our target audience is dudes. It's guys primarily, first and foremost, on the social media rebranding, like the image consulting side. It's guys. I can expand a little bit more about like why it targets mostly towards guys, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is to target men and helping them out with their dating lives, including their style, including, their openers, dating openers, and everything like that. From
Re-
style to photography to videography, everything together.
Yeah, and reason being is a lot of guys suck when it comes to like dating profiles. Their profiles suck in general. Their Instagram suck in general. And I think one thing we can all agree on is like your Instagram is effectively a dating app. So a lot of guys, one of the things I commonly quote a lot is like you can meet a girl at a club, right? And you'd be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Let me get your Instagram. She'll be like, okay, fine. Here's my Instagram. And you'll send her a message that night, hoping like you can see her later. Like, hey, it was so nice meeting you, blah, blah. The very next day, invariably, she will check this message and she will go to your Instagram and she will see what you look like. And that will tell her in about 5 seconds if she's going to respond to you or not. That's why it's so important to have good pictures. And that's why it's so important what we do. Because if you don't have good pictures, if you don't have good representation online, social media, you are effed for the purposes of this podcast. You're effed.
I agree because personally, like, I mean, we all judge people based on their social media.
and how
Oh, yeah.
they're representing
Right. And
themselves
so when I
online.
see someone's profile, I'm just like, you got a picture of a cat and a picture of a can of Sprite. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see you.
And I
you
can't
know?
tell anything about you. Like nothing in your profile shows who you are as a
Right.
person, and that's where we come in, where we try to style you and help you represent yourself the way you want to be represented on social media and including all platforms.
Yeah, and one more thing on that point, like I say this as well, girls are in front of cameras all day long. You guys are just constantly taking selfies. Like it doesn't matter what you're wearing. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm taking a selfie. Pajamas selfie. But with guys, we rarely take selfies like that, right? So we're not in front of cameras very often. So whenever guys do eventually post things on Instagram or on their dating apps, they don't actually know what a good photo looks like, and they don't know who to actually reach out to actually figure that out. So a lot of guys lose opportunities with girls just because their Instagrams or their Tinder or Bumble or Hinge is not actually done properly. And that's the gap. And that's where we come in.
Okay. So you just like, you fix it up, you clean up the profile basically.
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
clean it up. And I mean, our packages range from just shooting in general to actually fixing your style and then shooting to fixing your style, shooting, and on the back end, having models review your pictures, telling you which ones to use for all of your dating profiles, all your social media platforms. We use AI testing tools, photo testing tools. We do everything in our power to make sure that whenever you get the finished product, you're getting all the pictures that are your best and you're going to get the results you're looking for.
Yeah, and get you started on your dating pool or whatever you're trying to accomplish as far as social media
Or
goes
even
and
just an aligned
representing yourself.
Instagram.
Yeah, realigning Instagram. Like, what is it that you want to represent yourself as an individual out to the world on social media? So if you want to be like an influencer, if you want to, whoever you are, we represent that in the best way possible, helping you out with the right outfits, the right way to represent yourself, and that's how the dating aspect of it comes in as well, because we do judge people off of their social media, like where they're moving, where they're going, we look at that, or where they're traveling. So everything in today's day and age, I would say we definitely judge people off of their social media. So the main idea is to align that, and align that in a way where it's representing you as an individual.
So are y'all actually going to the retail stores with these people?
Correct.
So in our more like our larger packages, right, like our Marcella and our Casanova, we plan it out where we take a look at their outfits, maybe like the day before, like we might be going out of town. Like for example, we're shooting a guy next week in Houston, right? We're going to come there on Friday night, take a look at his outfits, for example, right? Say what from these outfits can I actually shoot? Because when you book these packages, you have us for the entire weekend. A lot of photographers, quick note, a lot of photographers charge you by the hour. When you pick these big packages, we just commit the entire weekend to you, right? So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, how much time do I have left? Stuff like that. So especially for guys, because they're like, they need time to calm down and actually like get comfortable in poses,
Yeah.
without feeling stiff.
More anxious in front of the camera.
Yeah,
than
so
women would be.
based on the clothes that we see that they have Friday night or what have you, we'd be like, okay, this is the plan. We're going to go to here and we're going to take a look at all these stores, find out what's your style, base it around that, and actually put them in the outfits that are representative of them and are also trending, so that when we take the pictures the next day, we're not wasting our time. One of the worst things that can happen during a photo shoot is you take a bunch of pictures in an outfit that sucks, and then you wasted your money.
Oh, okay. So the bigger packages handle that.
Right.
Yeah, the bigger packages, we'll spend the
And
whole
then
weekend with you.
we try to align your outfit with the right background as well. And that's where the whole act comes in, where we can also shoot you doing some kind of hobby. Because, if you're a basketball player or anything like
okay.
that, we're able to shoot you at your gym, to add more personality to your social media, add more
personality
to your profile in general.
Okay, so you help them express themselves as well.
Exactly, as an individual.
And very doable over an entire weekend.
Right.
That sounds fun. Sounds like a fun ordeal. What are y'all's actual future plans like with this business?
So as far as the dating side, so we're taking a two-pronged approach, but as far as the dating side is concerned, we are going to keep marketing, keep expanding with like the local population to figure out like, hey, who needs our services. Like a lot of this is like marketing and outreach. Like people actually need this, but they don't know. They'll be like, who do I even go to? Or, oh, I could do it on the cell phone. No, you can't. But they just don't know, And getting that word out and just doing that to expand as far as we can on that front. And ultimately, something we've been toying around with is like a fashion line ourselves. Because again, I think not only do guys have maybe a hard time with like their Instagrams, but they also can't dress very well. So it's a struggle, it's a struggle getting a date. I remember when we first met, you told me a story about something that I can't say, but about an individual that couldn't dress very well, and it changed the entire scope of your date.
Yeah.
And that's real life. I mean, a lot of guys go to dates and they can't dress with anything. So a clothing line. We're also interested in doing something like a card game, which I've been working on for a while now. Similar to the kind of card games we answer the questions, but real in the sense that by the time you finish my card game, you'll know what's up with the person that you've been playing it with.
Right.
Like you'll know exactly what's up based upon what the game is.
Like a couple card game, like 2 players?
Like you could sit down with one other person and I could just ask you questions. By the time we ask each other these questions by the end of this deck,
You'll know.
I'm going to know what's up for the purposes of this podcast.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea though.
It will be.
It's like, people are like, oh, if you play your cards right, literally, if you play your cards right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
What advice would y'all give to someone or looking to, make their own brand, their own business?
I think when it comes to having your own brand, I think you really have to believe in your brand and believe in yourself. And I also feel like having a vision that you really believe in and going after it, which means doing the most you can with that idea that you have and learning everything about it, like 360, knowing everything and be the best you can be. And that's how you outreach your competitors, because you're too good to even have competitors. So yeah.
Oh, I like that.
In my view about making your own brand, I believe one, you need to know who you are. You need to know what you actually stand for. Like, don't just go out and present yourself to the world as something, and in reality, you don't believe what you're saying, or you don't actually have the experience or the backup to actually support what it is you're talking about, because you will be found out and people will realize you're a fraud and you're going to lose everything that you built up to that point, you know? So you have to actually have the background to actually, you know, constitute what it is that you're talking about. On the other side of that, you need to have a representative social media. If you want to be a brand, I can tell you all day long that I sell pizzas, but if you go to my page and I have really terrible pictures of pizza, or my shop looks like S, right? Then I'm not going to get any business. Like, you need to be representative and you need to know who you are.
Right. And what are you trying to do? Have some sort of a plan, for sure.
Consistency.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Period. Okay, since we're, in the whole relationship kind of topic, do you believe that lack of attention can cause you to fall out of love with someone?
Do I think a lack of attention can cause you to fall out of love with someone? Absolutely. I will say this, right? On one hand, you can, you don't want to oversaturate attention, because that makes people fall out of love as well. There's a golden mean, there's a balance to everything, right? You don't want to overwhelm somebody with your quote unquote love and affection, because it'll be like, get off of me, Now, as far as like somebody completely pulling back and the lack of attention and affection, do you think that make you fall out of love? That's also true, because now I'm going to feel like you're probably cheating on me. I'm going to feel like you have somebody else that you are giving attention and affection to, because you used to act that way towards me and now you're not. Something has changed, and now I'm suspicious and I'm about to start asking you questions, and or I'm about to find another girl and just be like, I'm done with this.
I also think lack of attention can make you want to chase them sometimes.
Yes. Well, it works in that way if you pull back some, but if you completely pull back, like you were good, and then I give her no attention at all whatsoever, like she's probably going to fall into the arms of another guy, because like there's going to be somebody at work that's like, oh my God, Kimberly, you're so beautiful. I just saw you the other day eating that pizza, and I was like, you're so gorgeous. Like, I just want to go on a date. And then like, I'm going to lose her because maybe I'm working too much. Maybe I'm focusing on my business too much. I can't give her the same attention as I could before. She might gravitate towards somebody that can give her the attention. So it can go in that way as well.
True.
Okay. I think it goes both ways, but I think the best idea is to keep a balance. Not too much.
Yeah, just keep a balance. That's very simple. Keep a balance.
I think a balance is definitely healthy.
I mean, a balance is the answer to literally almost everything on the planet.
Everything, but
yeah. But realistically speaking, like, it's difficult. Like, as far as like the attention question that you just gave me, it depends on the person's life, right? Like, if he's one of the trending topics right now, if he's a high value man, or if he's somebody that's actually getting out there and he's getting it, then he might not have the time to, wine and dine you and just sit here and just be like, baby, let's do a picnic and blah, blah, blah. I might have some time for you, but I can't just do that every day. I got to work, On the flip side, if you're super busy, and I know that there are some women out here that are out here getting it. If you're super busy, you might not have time to, oh yeah, I need you to come by. Oh, I need a massage. Can you like do this? Like, can you cook for me? Like, no, I just worked all day. I don't know about that, So it just kind of goes both ways on where your attention actually is going.
Yeah, you have to find like a happy medium, middle ground. This question is for you, Jay. Does showing signs of vulnerability make you weak as a man?
That depends. If you're showing signs of vulnerability, like, okay, say something bad happened to you. I'm going to tell my friends. I'm going to tell the homies before I ever tell a girl. And here's why. If I tell a friend, I can confide in him, be like, yo, this is what's going on with me right now. This shit is super stressful. Now, even that has a limit. Like, no homie wants to hear you complaining every single day. But if something like just really comes up and I can't handle it and I need advice, I'll tell the homies. I'll be like, yo, like, this what's going on. Like, what can I actually do to like, turn the situation around? Or can you just listen to me? Like, this girl broke up with me, or she cheated on me, and I'm feeling like shit right now. Damn. All right. So it's okay. S and D. So, and I would talk to him. I think if a dude confides emotionally in a girl, especially one that he's intimate with or one that he's seeing, She doesn't want to hear that. I know y'all claim that you do. I
don't
am
wanna
a
hear it.
believer. I'm a believer, a
honest.
very firm believer. They are lying. Don't do it. If you're listening to this podcast and you're a man and your girl's asking you what's wrong and it's a real problem that you're having and you feel it inside of here, don't tell her. It's a trap. It is a whole trap. Tell your friends, get it off your chest, and come back to her when you're straight because she's going to use that against you in the future. Now,
Do you agree with
anyway,
that? Do you agree with that?
Just
well,
for
of
an
course you won't
extent.
admit to the last part, using it against the other person. But
To an extent, though,
the main
because-
point is that if he does end up telling you what is, emotionally going on, he's like constantly confiding you emotionally. You can't see him as the strong male figure in the relationship as you otherwise could if he had his life together. You want to know that he has his life under control. You don't want to know that he's emotionally unstable and he's like, baby, I'm
Okay.
at work and my coworkers don't like me and I'm just so stressed out. Can you hug me? Like, no woman wants to hear that.
Let me ask you
It'll
this:
dry him up.
have you ever cried, like on a girl's shoulder?
Hell no.
A girl, as in a relationship, like female.
No
partner.
to all questions. No.
No.
Crying on
had-
a girl's shoulder. What kind of question is this?
Okay, I've had.
I'd exit.
I have my therapist.
She'd be like,
I would
this guy, my shoulder's wet.
Exit real quick. I'd just be like,
Okay, I remember.
I think this is awkward.
Tell me, you
I don't
asked that
know.
because you thought about a guy that's cried on your shoulder. Tell me what happened.
I don't even remember. I was 19.
Oh, okay.
So
Simp.
it was a while back. Nobody needs to know how old I am.
Hey.
I was 19, and I just remember we were in my parents' living room. This is all I remember, okay? Because it was like a long time ago. I just remember standing there, and he was crying on my shoulder, but I don't know what it was about. I don't remember.
All you
What it
remember is he cried.
Yes,
And how did it make
because
you
it was
feel
so
when he did it?
significant. I've never had anybody just crying on my shoulder. Like that was the first time I ever experienced that. I was 19.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I hold that tight because that's the first time that's ever happened to me. But
How'd you react?
I don't remember the situation. I was just like, wow, like he's crying on my shoulder. I don't remember why he was
Something
crying.
happened like before.
It was, I think it was
internally.
internally with him. It wasn't something that was going on between us. I think it was something that was going on between himself.
What did you
Men,
do?
if you ever cry in front of a girl like this for no apparent reason, you will never get her back. In her mind, if you were dating or she even remotely liked you, she will not like you again. Don't do it. If you got to cry, run out of the house. Do whatever you need to do to not cry in front of her. That's my PSA.
Okay. Yanara, what are your thoughts about catching feelings too quickly?
Like love at first sight kind of stuff?
Like if you're hanging out with someone, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
I
and you're
don't
like, okay.
think I don't think it does any good to catch feelings about somebody too quickly, because I feel like that's more of you being attracted to that person for a short period of time. I feel like attraction itself is built upon time and understanding a person as a whole. And I feel like the whole love at first sight, catching feelings too quickly is too immature, in my opinion. I feel like it's important to have attraction, but also stay logical about what's going on and go from there.
Okay, so you think it's more like the physical, like catching
Yes,
feelings is
I feel
more
like people
physical
that-
right away
Yeah,
rather
I
than
feel
what's
like
inside.
people that catch feelings too quickly, they're just only attracted to them physically.
Mhm.
They actually don't know why they're attracted to them. They're just attracted to them physically, and that's just not enough for me to be like, oh,
I like
love
you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just yeah.
I want to say one thing
Okay.
on like a psychological level. All right. So it's kind of different, but it's kind of similar. Some people, when they meet other people and they, for some reason, are just real attracted to them, they're playing out a loop. They're playing out a loop that they've had with previous relationships or like some dynamic with their parents or something like that. And they don't know why the toxicity or they don't know why like the way this person acts or whatever just really does it for them. And they just really like this person. But in reality, if you ever looked at some of the situations, you find you're just repeating like a cycle. You ever had something like that happen before?
Or like when
Yeah.
you end up dating somebody that technically is the same person, just in a different body.
That reminds you of someone else?
Yeah, like your ex.
I've had the same situations that remind me
The
of a
same
past
situations.
situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Or the same type of guy.
Mm-hmm. That's like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
God.
the loop.
Like you're just bringing me back to what I just went through.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank y'all. What is y'all's favorite pizza if you do eat pizza?
You
As
first.
we're all
I
staring at the
don't
pizza.
really eat pizza, but if I had a favorite pizza, it would have to be cheese pizza because I'm very basic with my food.
I thought I was basic because I like pepperoni. But
Yeah,
you,
we'd go to like a nice restaurant and I'll get avocado toast.
that's not pizza.
I'm just saying, like as an example, very basic with my food,
Oh,
just as a whole.
me too.
I don't eat pizza, but the pizza that I did have back in the day was pretty dope. They got good pizza in New York. Shout out to New York. They got really dope pizza, like they're just serving on the vendors and like little shops here and there. So I don't know what the name of it is. Just good pizza out there.
You're like, I don't remember.
I don't.
Oh,
It was
well, I
just
guess
really
I'm
great.
having
I was
this-
drunk, so
Guess I'm having this pizza to myself, guys.
yeah, you will.
All right, guys. Thank you, Jay and Inara, for coming on and sharing what Parallel 8 is about and some relationship tactics.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're not dating coaches, but we can get you to the date. Personal styling, photography, videography. I'll get you there, but the rest is up to you.
All right, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on YouTube, and you can find Kimbo Slices Life on Spotify or wherever you get your pods. I will see y'all in 4 weeks because your girl is going to Hawaii. See y'all.